Hello. So on this episode, we are going to be working on a lot of odds and ends. Right now, I'm working on getting the gauge cluster put together. I have some little gauges for the ammeter here. I have a oil pressure gauge and a temperature gauge that will be put right here. And then I have some little turn signals, LED turn signals that I am going to put on here. I already started drilling this one and then put another one there. And then some things I did yesterday. I didn't film anything yesterday because I was doing just a lot of little stuff, but I got the brake booster and master cylinder back in. I bench bled the master cylinder before putting it in, and then I got that hooked up. The system's not bled yet though. I got the clutch all hooked up and bled, and that was a nightmare. It took me 3.5 hours to bleed the clutch. So I hope it works. We'll find out once we try to use it. Let's see, I got all of the pedals in the car where they need to go. You can see all of them are in there and it should work, hopefully. The gas pedal is hooked up, the brake pedal is hooked up, the clutch is hooked up. Here is temperature gauge that I have. Let's see, what else do we do? It seems like I did a lot more, but that's because the clutch took so long. So we need to figure out the wiring still. I'm putting it off as long as possible because I really don't want to do it. Other than that, we're just going to be working on this gauge cluster and we'll see what else we get to. Alright, I got the gauges all done. I got the oil pressure sensor down here, comes up through here, and then this is the temperature sensor right here. I just took out an old one that wasn't hooked up at all, so I'm assuming I don't need it. Comes through here. I need to get a grommet for this in the firewall still right here, and then comes around here. And this is the dash that we have. I think it looks fairly decent. I got the turn signals in there, up here, and then those are my gauges I have. This one's not going to work right now. I don't have it hooked up. I don't have any of the lights hooked up, so the turn signals aren't really hooked up either. It's just kind of in there to mock up, but this will get it to work, and I will have oil pressure and temperature, and those are the two main important ones. So let's see if we can get something else done. So I think I'm going to try to get the igniters mounted to the body. This is the wire harness for them right here, and this is for the mass airflow sensor, and I plan on having this come around in 90 and then forward and then have the air filter here. So the mass airflow sensor should plug in somewhere right here. So if I can get the igniters mounted over here somehow, like this, or I don't know, something right here so they can ground to the body, of course, that would be good. So I think we're going to try to mount these. We got the igniters mounted, very solid on there, it's grounded. I scuffed the mounting point for this leg here, so it should be making contact with the chassis. This is for mass airflow sensor, which will go right in here, and that should connect fine. We have a ton of extra cable I don't know what to do with. I might end up actually shortening this cable because it's just, or wire, it's not cable, wire. So I might end up shortening this. For now, I'm probably just gonna leave it. It's not gonna hurt anything, just hanging here. I might actually attach it up here with a zip tie or something, just to keep it from hanging the exhausts or something like that. We are going to build the mounts for the fuel cell. I've been putting this off and I don't know why, but that's what we're gonna do now. We also need to drain it because I filled it to get the engine running on the hoist. So I'm just gonna use the fuel pump to drain what's in there into a gas can. And then I'm probably going to just pull all the hoses back out because none of them are mounted in there yet. Pull everything back out and then build the mounts for the fuel cell. just realized that the camera was on photo mode and not video mode, so I don't know how much footage I actually got before it switched. So what I've done now is I got all of the risers for the fuel cell done. Well, almost done. I have to drill the holes. So these will be for the back, these will be for the front. Drill a hole in here, put a bolt up through them, and that way I can put nuts on either side of the fuel cell and I can level it. That's what I got done right now. I'm going to drill the holes and then we'll weld these in the car. Alright, I got the mounts all in there for that, so I just need to buy bolts. I don't have any bolts, but that's all in there. It's secure. It's actually fairly level, I think. It might be tilted towards the front of the car a little bit, which isn't good, so I'm gonna have to raise that up a little bit, but we can get that fixed, and I think that's going to be the end of this episode. I think next time we'll probably run the rest of the fuel system, clamp it all underneath the car, get it plumbed up to the engine, which the fitting that I was waiting for, I did get. It's this one right here, and it's very hard to find, but it's a flare fitting, inverted flare fitting with a metric thread. So I got, and it goes to a 6AN fitting. So we'll hook our line directly up to that and then clamp it down there. And the return just clamps to this hose here like I had before. So that's going to be all for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe. Bye.